Okay, y'all, let's get into this because there's a mystery that just keeps growing louder. We've seen Blue Ivy shine like the superstar she is, owning that stage like she was born for it. Even Little Roomie is starting to carve out her own fan base, popping up here and there with that sparkle of charisma.
Dance for my, dance for my. She gone. Grab your cowboy.
Go give it up for Roomie.
But Sir Carter, baby, where is he? Not on the Renaissance tour, not in backstage peaks, not even a blurry, maybe that's him, moment in the crowd, nothing. It's like the boy's invisible. And what's more unsettling, this isn't new. Sir has basically been a ghost from the beginning. And the internet, they've got questions. You've heard it. Rumors swirling everywhere. Some folks whisper about him being on the spectrum. And every rare time a tiny glimpse of him surfaces, the internet goes wild, especially the so-called internet doctors. Yep. They pause, zoom, analyze, and come out diagnosing like they're on Grey's Anatomy. They've said it all. Autism, ADHD, OCD, Down syndrome. One person even boldly declared Jay-Z and Beyonce's son Sir has Down syndrome. That's why we never see him. And then came the wild comment about Roomie being out of control, like y'all need to stop dragging these kids. But it ain't just faceless trolls. Some big names, some who've been close to the Carters, have added fuel to this fire. One name? Azealia Banks. You know, she's always out here with unfiltered commentary. She's messy, sure, but girls dropped some truths before. Remember when she called out Beyonce directly? She said, "And stop hiding your son from the world, sis. People will find out sooner or later, and you are really going to look like a piece of ish for being ashamed of your own child." Whew, that was heavy. And then there's Kanye. Once besties with Jay-Z and Beyonce. Now he's throwing darts at the entire family. In a now deleted post, he called the twins mentally R-word. Like what? He even doubled down later, saying he only deleted it because he didn't want Twitter to cancel him. Then added, "I took it down like Down syndrome." Get it? That wasn't shade. That was a full-blown eclipse. And y'all remember Hazel EE? She popped off on Tasha K's show talking about how Beyonce should be advocating for Sir's alleged condition instead of hiding him. Hazel claims B is pretending like this will magically go away instead of embracing it.
But the fans just want Beyonce to come out and tell the truth about what's going on with her children and be an advocate for whatever issues might be.
So Kanye been out here wilding. Now they trying to say that he got his information on the twins from me. I said, leave me out of this. I ain't got nothing to do with this. I heard, you know, from a source that was close to the Carters what's going on with the twins, but like, I ain't never really said nothing.
They've released a few photos, to be fair. Some photos have come out. Roomie did go to the Super Bowl. It's like, I'm in the Beehive. I love Beehive. I love Beyonce. But based on like certain things that have come out, people are drawing conclusions about the twins. At a certain point, people thought the little boy was unalived, you know, because they hadn't seen him in so long. There has been photos and things that come out, and people are drawing conclusions based upon recent appearances. Let's just keep it 100, you know?
What are your conclusions?
I'm just saying, like, to be fair, like to be in social media world and the things that I've read, the comments that I've read is more so something along the line that there's some things the twins might have some kind of like issue, but the fans just want Beyonce to come out and tell the truth about what's going on with her children and be an advocate for whatever said issues might be, whatever it is. They just want her to come out and be a voice for it versus like trying to hide them, lock them in a room, act like they don't exist no more. You know what I'm saying? So that seems to be more so the tone. Like,
Oh, and don't forget Jaguar Wright, another longtime critic of the Carters. She's come after Beyonce for putting Blue Ivy on stage too early and calling her out for being talentless. She's also slammed Jay-Z for his connections with Diddy. Now, she's apparently got her eyes set on the twins too.
Nag is tired, and y'all gonna pull the baby out the stable. Like, it looks so pathetic watching that little girl trying to pretend to be a grown woman. It's funny. Trademark their name, sign a contract. And now nobody cares about their childhood anymore. Why do you think Michael Jackson worked so hard to try to create a space for kids to just be kids? Because they stole his childhood from him. He just got... How's Blue Ivy any different? How is what the Kardashians are trying to do with Northwest any different? We watch these children come into the world. We watch them be born, and now we're sitting here watching them be G-Unity. And we're sitting here saying, oh my God, look at her.
It was a family affair too, guys. 13-year-old Blue Ivy joining mom on stage as a backup dancer.
She's 13 years old. She just turned 13. And got that girl singing the Deja Vu, trying to make it seem like, oh, look, it's Beyonce all over again. No, it's not. And she really wasn't that great to begin with. Very well rehearsed. You could train a monkey to do anything if you force them at task long enough. Is there something wrong with these people? Yeah, but there's something wrong with us too.
See, while people have dragged Bey for making Blue Ivy perform so young, Queen Bey herself has clapped back, saying it's what Blue wants and she's just honoring her daughter's dreams. But now there's another layer of controversy. People are saying Bey has a whole glam squad behind the scenes to alter Blue's appearance. Yes, rumors claim they're trying to soften her features so she looks more like Beyonce and less like her dad. This blind item even went viral. It said insiders are concerned that the family's heiress doesn't match the brand image and is already feeling the pressure. Apparently, Blue's aware of the comment, leans into makeup to look more like mom, and there's even gossip about possible cosmetic tweaks in the future. Like, folks are whispering about nose jobs and refinements once she's older. The glam team, Grandma Tina, and even Beyonce herself are supposedly pushing hard to mold her into the next big thing. And that brings us back to the elephant in the room. Why are Blue and Roomie in the spotlight, but Sir's nowhere to be found? Some fans have been suspicious for a while. They've pointed out that Roomie did cry on stage recently, and people are saying it's because she too might be on the spectrum, but just more manageable. Apparently, her episodes are minor compared to Sir's. And get this, rumors are now saying Beyonce pays people to help manage Roomie during live appearances to make sure nothing disrupts their flawless public image.
Even though I know someday you're gonna shine on your own, I will be a projector.
Even more shocking, there's talk that Roomie's allowed on stage only because her condition can be controlled, while Sir's isn't. Now let's talk real tea. Beyonce herself has said her delivery with the twins was traumatic. She revealed she weighed over 218 pounds, had high blood pressure, and one of the baby's heartbeat kept dropping during labor, requiring an emergency C-section. She never said which twin had the heart issue, but the streets are talking, and the whispers say it was Sir. Online doctors believe that those complications may have impacted his development, especially mentally. And then Beyonce dropped this in an interview. Sir had a problem with large crowds and is not interested in public events. He's more laid back and loves to read. I'm very overprotective of him, so no, you won't see him out in public. Boom. That quote alone sent the internet spiraling. Even Mama Tina has chimed in, describing Sir as smart, quiet, and laid back. Unlike his sisters, he reportedly has zero interest in performing or fame. But if you piece it all together, a clearer picture starts forming. He gets agitated by crowds, doesn't do well in noisy settings, doesn't appear in public, loves books, it all tracks. Some fans are sympathetic. One wrote, "Some kids are born with disabilities in order to bring humility in the hearts of their parents. If Sir was born with one, there's a reason. It's in God's hands." Another person said, "Beyonce hides one twin because the child has severe special needs. She's embarrassed to show her slow son, so she dumps him on her sitters." Others are more cautious, saying, "Just leave it alone." Maybe he just doesn't like the spotlight. Not every child wants to be center stage, but let's be honest, when you're the child of the most famous couple in music history, being hidden away is going to raise eyebrows. So the real question remains, is Beyonce really protecting Sir from public scrutiny, or is she hiding him out of shame like some are accusing? While the internet waits for a definitive statement or a doctor's report to spill the truth, fans are left piecing it all together from rumors, quotes, and rare glimpses. Now, look, it's one thing for fans to speculate, but it's a whole other level when you see just how deep this goes. Like, people aren't just asking where Sir Carter is anymore. They're drawing hard lines between why he's not there and what that says about Beyonce and Jay-Z as parents. Some folks are brutally raw about it. Sir be the most unloved celebrity child? Someone commented, like, can you imagine reading that about your own son? Others are pointing fingers at Beyonce directly. They say she's building a billion-dollar empire, shaping her daughters into icons, but completely leaving Sir behind in the shadows. There's even talk that she dumps him on nannies while pushing Blue and Roomie to the front lines of the spotlight. That right there feels cold. People have also said Blue Ivy is out here collecting Grammys and front row invites, while Sir's biggest moment is being ignored by the public. Some even suggest Beyonce avoids bringing him out because it might clash with the Carter brand image. That's the word people keep circling back to, image. The Carters are powerful, iconic, legendary, but also brand obsessed. And according to whispers from alleged insiders, Sir simply doesn't fit into that polished powerhouse aesthetic. And if that's true, that's a whole new level of heartbreaking. But others are calling for compassion. Not everyone's on the attack. One user wrote, "If Sir is truly on the spectrum or has special needs, then Beyonce isn't hiding him, she's protecting him." And that makes sense, right? Imagine raising a child who finds bright lights, screaming fans, and flashing cameras overwhelming. Why would any parent force that? Still, critics say there's a difference between privacy and erasure. You see Blue everywhere. Even Roomie has her cameos. But Sir, it's like he doesn't exist. And when you're part of a family that thrives on public adoration, silence starts to scream. And then, Beyonce's own words keep fueling the fire. She's said herself, Sir doesn't enjoy crowds. He prefers reading. He's introverted. That's not shameful, that's just who he is. But to so many watching, it feels like she's shielding him from something or someone besides the noise. Because if we're being real, the entertainment world can be cruel, especially to children, and especially when those children are different. So maybe Beyonce's being a mama bear in the only way she knows how, keeping him close, off camera, out of reach, but others think she's just feeding into society's obsession with perfection by editing him out of the narrative altogether. And let's not forget the double standard. If any other celeb mom kept one twin hidden while pushing the other two in front of the cameras, y'all know the internet would tear them to shreds. But because it's Beyonce, people are torn. Some defend her. Others demand answers. Even fans are split. Some say Sir is probably happier not being part of this circus. Let him be a kid. While others say, you can't keep hiding your child forever. Eventually the truth will come out. It's all so messy and emotional. And in the middle of it all is a little boy who didn't ask to be famous, who didn't ask for fans, critics, glam squads, or global expectations. He just wanted to read his books in peace. And yet, his name trends more than ever. What's sadder is that the louder the internet talks, the more Sir fades from view. The Carter machine rolls on. Albums, tours, brand deals, red carpet appearances. Meanwhile, Sir remains the invisible twin. So what are we left with? Unanswered questions. Too many rumors. and a heartbreaking divide between a family's need for privacy and the public's hunger for transparency. Whether Sir Carter has a condition or simply prefers the quiet life, the obsession around him says more about us than it does about him. We live in a time where people feel entitled to every second of a celebrity's life, even their children. So if Beyonce is trying to protect her son from that, can you really blame her? But if she's hiding him because she's ashamed, as some accuse, then yeah, that's a conversation worth having, because at the end of the day, all any child needs is to be loved out loud, not just behind closed doors. While we wait for the truth, whatever it is, to unfold, tell us what you think. Is Sir Carter being sheltered for his safety or erased for the brand? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell, because baby, this ain't the last time the Carters make headlines. Stick around for more tea. This story, far from over.